It's just wonderful to see you all. And just to note that we're being recorded. The meditation today is the Five Remembrances or Daily Reflections. I'm just checking my volume here, making sure it's okay. And this is one of the central contemplations in the Buddhist tradition. And how many of you, if I could just take a quick look at the gallery, if you could just raise your hand, how many of you are familiar with this practice? Just a quick show of hands. Okay, not everyone. And not, of course, and then not everyone is on camera, but the thumbs up or thumbs down. So if you're not familiar with the practice, just, I'm inviting you to just be open and to listen. It does deal with aging, illness, and death. But not in a way that's to generate fear. This practice is actually to help us deal with our fears, and not only the fear of aging, illness, and death, but approaching fear in general. That was the whole intention of the practice. So, as I describe it a little bit more before I guide you in the practice, just open your mind to this and just know that this has been taught for over 2,500 years as a way for us as humans to really approach fear in our lives in a compassionate way. This is actually meant to be a compassionate practice. And as I mentioned, it's a practice of facing our own fears. And it's very clear and concise, and perhaps even motivating us to wake up to what we love and to what we value in life in this moment. I like to do this practice in a way that's perspective taking, a type of ritual and perspective taking. And I also think practicing with the 5 daily reflections fits nicely with what's been the theme of 2025 this year in many respects, and that is revolving around living in difficult times and how we may learn from the Dharma to face these times. And as many of us know who come here to practice in this community, this Sangha, is that the Buddha did not only teach us how to meditate, but he taught about how to reduce suffering and how to live a more skillful life. So as we cultivate in this practice, as we cultivate more right concentration, we notice our interbeing along with impermanence. I feel this in my own practice, that then I'm in a better position to care for myself and to care for other beings. And then also to extend that, to care for the planet. And as I said, to really care for all beings in ways that align with kindness and with compassion and with wisdom. Just letting that settle in as perhaps a purpose for your own meditation. Just tuning into your own intention, like, why are you here today? What brought you to this practice? And we'll be beginning with a focus on our breath. Because breathing, when you really think about it, breathing is that vehicle that carries concentration and it helps direct your mind to the object of your meditation. So that's why we often begin with noticing our breath and breathing to help us really focus on the object of our meditation. And so I'll be using the guidance on the 5 daily recollections as taught by Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh. And like I said, I'm sharing a practice that is age-old wisdom. And the book that I'm using, and I can share this resource after as well, it's called No Death, No Fear. So let's begin. Let's find a posture for your meditation, a comfortable posture. And if you're seated, really focusing on an upright posture, being upright as best as you can. Softening your eyes away from the screen. You may close your eyes or even keep them open just a bit to allow some light, some connection to this moment, this present moment. And in your posture, you want to find this balance between that uprightness, but also being relaxed. Feeling the groundedness of the earth from the bottom up, supporting your body. And feeling into your inner dignity with the crown of your head reaching up, just like there's an invisible string pulling you up a bit. But also noticing your head, ears over shoulders. It's part of this inner alignment. Chin slightly tucked. This allows the neck, upper back, shoulder muscles to relax. In our modern age on the computer, we're often trying to get someplace with our head jutted forward or neck, shoulders over keyboard and looking at screens. This is a time to really let that go, to focus inward on your posture, that inner alignment. And these nice little cues and reminders, feeling grounded, chin tucked, hands resting in your lap, palm over palm. And if you wish, the thumbs slightly touching. Settling into this posture for meditation. And into a position of allowing and receiving versus doing. This is allowing the mind-body to settle itself. Letting go of everything that you were doing before this practice, everything you plan to do afterwards. Feeling a sense of gratitude for the time, the space, the community of practice. Just allowing a smile to come to your face if you feel this gratitude. This also helps the mind body, this interconnected mind body, to relax, to feel at ease. Taking in a few deep breaths. Deep breathing sends a signal to the brain that you can relax. Few more deep breaths, the deepest of the day, allowing the parasympathetic nervous system to be in control. Becoming aware of the heart center when you're sitting in this upright position. Shoulders up and back, relaxing down the back. The heart open. Space for the lungs to breathe. And just noticing the sensations, physical sensations in the body. Hands touching. Body breathing. Sounds entering the ears. Whatever it may be for you. My voice, raindrops. Just noticing inner sounds, outer sounds. The felt sense of being here, right now, in this moment. And sensing this quality of your own open heart, however that arises. And in order to face our fear, it helps to stabilize the mind a little bit through this meditation and contemplation. And breathing is that vehicle that carries the concentration. So we start with the breath. We begin through awareness of the breathing. And these guided reflections or recollections on aging, illness, and death are really invitations of inviting, if there's any fear around these concepts, these truths, the Buddha advised us to invite these fears to the upper level of our consciousness, to recognize them, to smile at them. And this was a daily practice that he advised for monks and nuns. And every time that fear is invited up, every time that you recognize it and smile at it, your fear will lose some of its strength. And then when it returns to the depth of consciousness, it returns as a smaller seed. And that's why it's advised to do this practice frequently. You don't need to make it a big effort. Just relax and let your breath and the words be your support. And breathing in, I'm aware of my in-breath. And breathing out, I am aware of my out-breath. Breathing in, and breathing out. And breathing in, I lovingly remember that I will grow old. And breathing out, I lovingly remember that I cannot escape old age. Breathing in, growing older. And breathing out, no escape. And breathing in, I'm aware of my nature to have ill health. And breathing out, I know that I cannot escape ill health. Breathing in, ill health. And breathing out, no escape. And breathing in, I know I shall die. And breathing out, I know that I cannot escape death. Breathing in, death, and breathing out, no escape. Breathing in, I know that one day I will be separated from all that I love and cherish. And breathing out, I know that I cannot escape being separated from all that I love and cherish. Breathing in, separated from all I cherish, and breathing out, no escape. Breathing in, I know that my actions of body, speech, and mind are my only true belongings. And breathing out, I know that I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. Breathing in, actions, true belongings. Breathing out, no escaping consequences. Breathing in, I determine to live my days deeply in mindfulness. And breathing out, I see the joy and benefit of living in the present moment. Breathing in, living mindfully. And breathing out, joy and benefit. Breathing in, living mindfully, and breathing out, joy and benefit. And breathing in, I vow to offer joy as best as I can. And breathing out, I vow to live each moment with wisdom and compassion. Breathing in, offering joy, and breathing out, easing suffering. Breathing in, offering joy, and breathing out, easing suffering. And now just noticing any reactions to these phrases. Allowing the body just to simply breathe on its own. Just noticing the natural flow of the breath. Letting things be just as they are. allowing yourself not to look away from what you're seeing, but sinking in, going deeper, dropping the ego, the self, drop striving, allow awareness, and receiving, being present in this moment. Allowing each out breath to fade into the flow. Letting things be just a little more. In the final minutes of this practice, I would like to close with a poem by Wendell Berry. It goes like this. I go among trees and sit still. All my stirring becomes quiet, around me like circles on water. My tasks lie in their places where I left them, asleep like cattle. Then what is afraid of me comes and lives a while in my sight. What it fears in me leaves me, and the fear of me leaves it. It sings, and I hear its song. Then what I am afraid of comes. I live for a while in its sight. What I fear in it leaves it, and the fear of it leaves me. It sings, and I hear its song. After days of labor, mute in my consternations, I hear my song at last, and I sing it. As we sing, the day turns, the trees move. Inviting you to slowly bring some movement back to your body. Opening your eyes, or maybe first rubbing your hands together and getting some heat generated. Allowing the warmth of your hands, placing your palms over your eyes. Perhaps doing a very light face massage. Being grateful and thankful for your eyes, everything that they allow you to see and to do. Perhaps some twists, shoulder rolls, or neck rolls. And just a deep bow to all of you for showing up, for sharing your practice today, allowing me to guide you. And thanking you for your practice. I wanted to just share, since we're coming out of this guided meditation on the 5 daily remembrances or recollections, just some words from Larry Rosenberg. He wrote a book called Living in the Light of Death, on the art of being truly alive. This book is from 2000. And he writes, many of us are carrying around a great amount of unacknowledged fear on the subject of death. And like any other fear, it weighs us down. This practice that we just did flushes out fear. See that it is impermanent and not self. So it really is a practice of compassionate impermanence. And then confidence, he writes, confidence comes from seeing that fear is workable. And this can be hugely freeing. We need to work with our resistance to fear.